welcome back to my channel and welcome to another monthly money reset, how I budget for a fresh new month. For today's video, I am sipping on a homemade pumpkin cream cold brew dupe. I wanted to share this with you guys right away because I am obsessed with it. It is a more affordable and definitely a little bit healthier alternative to the Starbucks drink. So you guys know I often make like a tea or a coffee for the intro of these videos. So I thought I would just share with you guys just a little behind the scenes of making this drink. I will list the recipe down below. It is so easy. Let me know if you guys try it. Plus, if you're anxious like me, you can make this decaf at home, which it's a little bit harder to get decaf when you go to Starbucks. I just brewed some decaf coffee and then let it cool in the fridge, made the cold foam. Here we are. All right, so enough coffee talk. We are here to talk about money, and I have to say I missed you guys because last month I didn't film a monthly money video, which was probably the first time in well over 2 years that I did not film a monthly money reset. And I guess it was a good thing that I took a break because I am so pumped up for this video. I am so excited to talk to you guys about money. I mean, I'm always excited for these videos, but this time it was just like, I don't know, extra special. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this video. I hope it is helpful or comforting for you, and let's get into it. Cheers. I want to wish you guys a happy October. I feel like October is such a nice month. It's beautiful weather. We're feeling cozy. Maybe we're feeling productive. And hey, it is a great month to take charge of your life, take charge of your finances. So let's all have an amazing October. I would love for you to let me know how you are currently feeling about money and just life in general in the comments down below. And the last thing I want to say in this intro is that I have teased a little bit about my new product that I am launching with the line. It is going to be launched in November, that is for sure. If you want to be the first to know when it launches, I would highly encourage you guys to sign up for the line's newsletter. That way you will get an email as soon as it launches, and we are going to be giving a special gift to the first couple of people who purchase it. So we definitely recommend getting on that list. I will have it linked down below. Now, without further ado, let's get into our monthly money reset, starting with talking about money feels. It's so funny because I filmed my what I spend in a month yesterday, so it actually put a damper on my money feels and definitely changed what I'm about to say, because originally I was gonna come on here and just be like, I was feeling so good about money. I was feeling so calm, so put together, so confident, just like September was indeed a very, very good month for my budget, specifically with my cash envelopes, because I did increase my cash budget last month. I went from about $1,000 to $1,250. So I increased it by 25%, which is a lot, but it just gave me that breathing room that I needed, because I am someone who, when there is too much restriction, I just like lash out, and I'm like, why bother trying if I know I'm gonna fail? So rather than set myself up for failure, I truly set myself up for success, and it was great. It was like, highly recommend. So all through the month of September, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident. I paid off my debt, which was a major highlight in the month of September, completely debt-free, paid off the last of that car loan. I filmed a video paying it off on camera and doing a little celebration dance to Will Smith. I will link that down below. Just also talking about like my debt-free journey and all of that. It's not a video of me dancing, but I also had a lot of purchases that I needed to make in the month of September. I bought my ski pass. I had some car stuff that needed to get done. All of these purchases, some of them were planned, some of them were unplanned. And when you plan for a big purchase, you kind of pay it feeling confident. So in the moment, let's say when I bought my ski pass, I felt good. I was like, ouch, this is a lot of money, but it's fine. I anticipated it. I have the money on hand. But when you have a month full of these big purchases and you're kind of an anxious person like I am, you get that financial anxiety, seeing them all added up and seeing the grand total of what I spent has made me feel like, oh my gosh. And I know there's no reason truly to feel upset because, like I said, most of them were planned for, and I am so lucky to be able to afford these purchases, to be able to buy a ski pass, to be able to, you know, pay for hotels, to go on a trip. But something about seeing it all together and just seeing that grand total, it's kind of been haunting me since yesterday. So I'm ready to move on. I need to move away from that and just, you know, plan for a more normal month in October. Not even slashing my budget and cutting down and being like, you know, too restrictive or too like frugal that it's not achievable, but just having a more realistic month because September full of those big expenses was not realistic. So yeah, that was kind of a downer, but I know it's okay. I'm just the kind of person who tends to like stew on these things. So I'm ready to shake it off. And as always, just opening up about these things, talking to you guys about them is so helpful to me. Like a couple months ago, we talked about my struggles with comparison and salary comparison. And since opening up, since gathering your feedback in the comments, knowing that I'm not alone with those struggles, and also getting some tips on how to move away from comparison, I've struggled with that a lot less. So that is amazing. We're all making progress over here. And I always say this and I really mean it, but we truly are on our money journeys together. So I wanted to introduce a new little segment called Highlight of the Month, or like Money Highlight of the Month. I would love for you to let me know in the comments what your money highlight of the month was. It could be an amazing thing that you got. It could be a great deal that you got. It could be maybe you got a bonus at work, whatever it may be. Maybe you found $5 on the ground. Whatever your little money highlight is, I would love for you to let me know in the comments. Mine, my big one, I would say, is of course paying off my debt. That was super, super cool. But my little money highlight, something that made me so happy, was actually finally getting a library card. I have lived in Montreal for like 8 years now, and I never had a municipal library card. I love to read and I also love a good deal. So the library is just a match made in heaven. I'm so happy to finally be a library user. I've gone ahead and ordered some books, so they're on their way to my library and I just can't wait. I walked out of the library feeling like I had won the lottery. Like I felt like I'm like, yes, I now have an unlimited gift card to like Indigo or whatever your favorite bookstore is. I just feel like the library is not like trendy anymore, but it's a good place. Man, I miss this. I miss these talking about monies, because in my like what I spend in a month, I try to be a bit more concise, less chatty. But here, this is my safe space. We could talk for 40 minutes if I want. Okay, what's next on my list? Oh, okay, let's end the money feels with, I wanna give a shout out to Poppy. She commented this on my monthly reset and said that she is going to try and do a no spend week in October. And I was like, dang, that is such a good idea, because a no spend month, I've done it once before, years ago, and it was a great experience. I saved so much money, but I just ended up spending more like right before and right after because I was so restricted that whole month. So I'm like, meh, I don't really want to do that again. I also just don't feel like it's realistic. But a no spend week is very, very doable. What a cool challenge. So that is something that I really want to do in October or November. Just need to find a week where it makes sense, where I can like prep everything on the Sunday, and I will definitely vlog that. So yeah, thank you to Poppy for that idea. I am so stealing that from you. Ooh, let's talk about cash envelopes. We're gonna talk about what is left in my cash envelopes. I finally did my cash envelopes for beginners video. So if you haven't seen that yet and you are interested in trying out cash envelopes, highly recommend watching that, because I walk you through step by step my process on getting started, give you guys a sample budget. But for today, let's see what we have left in here. So this is my folio where I keep all of my envelopes. Most of them are empty, but I do have a few leftovers. Okay, so first up, dining out, there is $1 left. Treat yourself is empty, coffee is empty. Maggie, we actually have some money left here. Let's see, there is $20, $40, $5 left. So I'm really happy that there is money left over in Maggie's category. This is one where I very, very often end up going over because I always underestimate and under budget. I bumped it up to $250 and there is $45 left. In the gifts category, we have $150 left. This $100 I've been carrying around since May. Personal care, let's see how much is left. There is $20, $35 left. Nothing in transportation and nothing in home. Great. So we have 50, 60, 80, 100, 120, $130 left. Now, what in the world am I going to do with that leftover money? With Maggie's money, I'm a little bit unsure. Part of me is like, let's move everything over into this new envelope that I'm so excited to show you guys. And the other part of me is like, start building a sinking fund for Maggie. That being said, I've already taken out my new budget for the month. I am going to keep that same $250 for Maggie. I think it's gonna be enough to cover the month. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna move that entire $130 over into my new category. And that new category is Christmas. So in my Q&A that I filmed last month, I got a few requests or questions like, hey, are you gonna do a sinking fund for Christmas? You should do a sinking fund for Christmas. And you guys are right. So thank you to everyone who suggested it. I am now going to be putting all of the leftover cash from now until Christmas into this savings account to help me pay for Christmas gifts for those that I love. So it's such a good idea. This is definitely a more passive way of saving for Christmas. I know some people want to kind of explicitly put money aside. I'm just not there yet. So we're gonna do this passive method for now. And honestly, for me, I've seen a lot of success with just passive saving over the past couple of months. That's how I saved up and bought a designer handbag, used, but still. So I'm a big fan of the passive method. So we are going to open this up. This is a brand new cash envelope from the line. Oh my gosh, it feels so like kind of stiff and just like brand new, I guess. And we're gonna put that $130 in there. This is so exciting. There are two more envelopes I want to take a look at before we move into October's budget. The first is this savings envelope, and the second is spent on credit. So throughout the month of September, I actually sold a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I brought some stuff to Plato's Closet, and I put all of the money into this savings envelope. I actually haven't counted this up yet, so let's see what my total savings for the month was. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 60, 70, 85, $185. And I am going to add this to my Christmas envelope. So look at that, you guys, very, very passively, just from doing my everyday spending on cash, selling a couple of things, not really trying too hard. $315 I have now saved up for my Christmas spending, and we're only at the beginning of October. How great is that? Now, yes, obviously I did spend some stuff on credit. I just told you guys, like, I spent way too much this month. But yes, this $300 could go towards helping me cover some of those expenses, helping me make up for the expensive month in September. But I know come December, I am going to be so grateful for this money right now that I'd rather start putting it aside, taking care of December me, and September me, you know, she's done, she's gone, it's time to move away from her. The last envelope we have to talk about here is spent on credit. So anytime in my day-to-day life where I would normally use my cash envelopes, if I forget my cash envelopes, if the place doesn't accept cash, I will pay on credit and then reimburse myself in cash. And I put all of the money into this spent on credit envelope. This envelope is super, super helpful in helping me stay on track. Plus, at the end of the month, I get to take all of this cash, bring it over to the bank, and it helps me pay off my credit card rather than just mindlessly spending it. So I like to keep it safe in here. Let's count how much I have spent on credit this month. And obviously this isn't everything I spent on credit. If you guys watch my what I spend in a month, you know, but this is everything that I spent on credit that should have came out of my cash budget. 100, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 200, 2, 4, 6, 8. 300, 2, 4, 6, 8. $405. And we have some loose change. We love loose change over here. Is it just me, or does loose change always feel like bonus money? 2, 4, 6, 8, $9.25. So I am going to take all of this to the bank. I will put the cash into the ATM. If there's no lineup at the teller, I will just give like the change to the teller. Otherwise, I'll keep this and like spend it for coffee or whatever. But this is going to help me pay off next month's credit card bill. I'm very lucky in the sense that I am 1 month ahead of my expenses, but I'm also kind of, or I was 1 month ahead of my credit expenses because I planned for them and I saved for them over the summer. I knew most of the big ones were coming, so I saved for them over the summer. So my credit cards are already paid off for September. So this money is going to go into a special little checking account that I have separate from my main checking. It's going to sit there for the month. And then when it's time to pay off October's credit card bills, I've already got some money put aside. Very, very helpful. So we are going to put these envelopes back. These envelopes I try to always keep at home just because they do have more cash in them. Of course, I'll take them when I need them, like to go to the ATM, but until then, I keep them in a separate folio from the rest of my budget, safe at home. Now it is time to stuff my new budget. This is always my favorite part of the video. And today it's even more exciting because I got some fresh new cash envelopes from the line. Seeing as it has been a year, Raisa was like, do you want some new ones? Some of yours are looking a little beat up. So these are nice and fresh. These are the 3 envelopes I use the most. So I got new ones for that. I better take a sip of this before it melts. So October's budget. September went so well just with my cash spending, like I said. So I'm going to keep the budget the exact same amount, which is $1,250. Let's start with groceries because I already stuffed this envelope because I had to buy groceries. I always keep my points card in this envelope, but groceries we did $450. I already spent some of it, like I said. 100, 2, 4, 6, 8. 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, 300, and 2 for $60. So I've already spent $90 at the grocery store, but the rest of this is just going to go nicely in here. Oh my gosh. Australian Shepherd life is just having hair all over your apartment. And we'll put the card back in. Done. Next, let's do Maggie's category, which is $250. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 250. My budget for coffee is $50, but I'm missing a 10. I didn't get any smaller bills from the ATM. So I'm gonna start with doing 40, and then I'm actually gonna take some of those toonies that we had and use that for my coffee envelope. Besides, with my recipe, we don't even need to go out for coffee. Dining out is $200, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 200. Personal care is $100, but I'm gonna actually make it $110 just because of that missing 10 from coffee. That's just how it works out with the bills. So this is for things like getting my nails done, buying stuff at the pharmacy, etc. 2, 4, 6, 8, $100 for treat yourself. Okay, again, I messed up with not taking out any 10s from the ATM because the home budget is supposed to be $50, but the gifts budget is also supposed to be $50. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll do 60 for home and 40 for gifts. Guys, my second camera just overheated and it won't turn back on, so we're down to 1 camera now. The last step is to clip everything into the folio. I will do that after so that I can actually film it because it's my favorite part. It always looks so good, so aesthetic, and I love seeing my budget all in one place. I especially love it now because I really know how to set myself up for success. I mean, it's been a month, but I think it's gonna go well. I have good feelings about October. So So feeling great about the cash envelopes this month. Now to wrap up this video, I want to talk quickly about like my credit cards and my goals and stuff, because I mentioned already that I paid off my credit cards just because of the timing of the statements. I couldn't wait to do them live on camera. The totals on my credit card weren't actually as high as my spending because my statements don't run for the entire month. It's like a little bit of one month, a little bit of the next month. So the totals were from August and September. I wrote them down on this sticky note. I paid $808 to my MasterCard and $706 to my American Express. And again, that is not everything I spent. It was much higher than that, but I like to pay my credit cards really in time with the statements because otherwise things get confusing. I don't want to incur any interest or anything like that. Now let's talk about savings. I actually put all of my money into savings before paying my credit cards, which is a big deal for me. I'm usually someone who's like, let's pay the bills first, then I'll save what's left. This time I was more deliberate with my savings and said, no, this is what I want to put into savings. We'll figure out the rest after. So as always, my monthly goal for my emergency fund is $470. The year is wrapping up and I am getting closer and closer to that $10,000 goal, which feels amazing. Then I put $500 towards my RRSP, which is my retirement fund. This is a fund that I have with Wealthsimple. It is invested, and this is money that is either going to go towards the purchase of a home or of course for my retirement. And then I put aside $200 for some upcoming travel. So that is everything that I saved this month. Definitely not as high as I would like love it to be. Oh, and I put aside $200 to my first-time homeowner savings account. That's new. So that is everything that I saved this month, as well as paying off my credit cards. Looking forward, my money goals for October are going to be pretty simple. We are going to have the $470 to my emergency fund. I have put a auto deposit on my first-time homeowners homeowners association on my FHSA. So $200 every month is going to go there. Then I want to put another $500 to my RRSP, and I'd like to put $100 to my TFSA. And lastly, I really want to get 1 month ahead. I was 1 month ahead in September, but it was like just barely, like it was rough. So I want to be just like earlier to being 1 month ahead in October. I hope that just being a little bit more cautious, not having these big purchases come up in the month, is going to help me get there. Basically, I'm just like, just keep your feet on the ground this month, Zoey. That's all. Whew, all right, that is that for my how I budget, my monthly money reset for the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to let me know your money highlight of the month in the comments. And let me know if you try this coffee. I am so grateful for you guys watching this video, hanging out with me. I will stop talking now and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I wish you guys could see, actually I don't want you to see the aftermath of my apartment when I'm filming. I have like a tripod and a camera and a tripod and a camera and a light and stuff all over my floor. I've got cash envelopes and money all over my floor, my laptop, and in the kitchen, I have all the aftermath of making this drink. So I'm gonna go clean up